The NBA today is all about speed, spacing, and shooting from deep. Guards run the show, big men stretch the floor, and dunks, they're just a bonus highlight. But drop prime Shaquille O'Neal into this modern league, and suddenly, the floor starts shaking again. The question is, would he completely dominate, or would today's faster, switch-heavy defenses actually slow him down? Shaq entered the league in 1992 looking like a cheat code, 7 feet 1 inch, 325 pounds in his prime, and somehow able to run the floor like a wing. From 1999 to 2002, his peak with the Lakers, Shaq averaged 28 points, 12 rebounds, and shot an incredible 57% from the field. He won the MVP in 2000, 3 straight Finals MVPs, and was the centerpiece of one of the most dominant dynasties in NBA history. Opponents knew what was coming, and still, they couldn't stop it. Shaquille O'Neal wasn't just a dominant player individually. His presence completely transformed the teams he played for. With the Lakers, Shaq's leadership and physical dominance created a powerhouse that won 3 straight championships from 2000 to 2002. His ability to command double teams opened up opportunities for teammates like Kobe Bryant to shine. Shaq's chemistry with coaches like Phil Jackson helped maximize his strengths while covering his weaknesses, creating a balanced and highly effective team dynamic. Even later in his career, Shaq's experience and larger-than-life personality made him a valuable mentor for younger players, helping shape locker room culture wherever he went. His impact went far beyond the stat sheet. He was the emotional and physical centerpiece that held his teams together and pushed them to win. Spacing would make him unfair. In Shaq's era, the paint was always crowded. Centers camped near the rim, power forwards stayed close, and help defenders were ready to swarm. Today, defenses are stretched out to cover shooters. Spacing is at an all-time high. That means more one-on-one post-ups for Shaq. And if he caught the ball deep in the paint, it's basically 2 points. Rule changes would protect him. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Shaq took a beating. Elbows, forearms, full-on shoves. Now, no hand checking, strict flagrant foul rules. And defenders can't just camp in the paint forever. Some of the hits he took back then would lead to ejections today. No physical equal. The closest we have right now are players like Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic in terms of size, and maybe Giannis or Zion in terms of athleticism, but none of them combine both the way Shaq did. Free throw shooting. Shaq's career free throw percentage was about 52.7%. In close games, teams would absolutely use the hack-a-Shaq strategy, forcing him to earn points at the line. In 2025, with analytics making every decision sharper, that strategy would be even more targeted. Perimeter defense. Modern offenses love to pull big men away from the rim and make them guard quick guards in space. Shaq was mobile for his size, but switching on to Steph Curry or Ja Morant at the three-point line, that's still a nightmare matchup. Pace of play. Today's game moves faster, more possessions, more running. Shaq could handle heavy minutes in his prime, but to keep up at this pace, he might have to slim down or take more rest during games. The closest players we have right now to Shaq in terms of size are Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Both are incredible big men with unique skill sets. Embiid with his dominant post moves and shot blocking, Jokic with his incredible passing and shooting range. But when you factor in athleticism, Giannis Antetokounmpo and Zion Williamson come into the picture. Giannis combines speed and length with insane agility, while Zion is explosiveness personified, often compared to a freight train barreling down the lane. Shaq, though, had a rare combination of sheer power, size, and surprisingly quick footwork that none of these guys perfectly match. While Embiid and Jokic can shoot from deep, and Giannis and Zion can attack the rim with speed, Shaq's ability to dominate physically in the paint was unmatched. This unique blend of skills and physical traits made Shaq a force of nature. He could bully defenders into submission, overpower nearly any opponent, and still move with grace for a man his size. If Shaq were to enter the NBA today at his peak, it's realistic to imagine him averaging around 32 points per game, grabbing about 14 rebounds and blocking over 2 shots per game. His field goal percentage would probably be even higher than his original 57%. possibly hovering around 65% due to improved spacing and modern offensive schemes. Of course, free throw shooting would remain an Achilles heel, with opponents likely employing the hack-a-Shaq strategy more effectively thanks to advanced analytics. However, Shaq's dominance around the rim would still force defenses to collapse, creating open looks for teammates and dictating the flow of the game. His highlight reels would be filled with thunderous dunks and dominant post moves that remind fans why he was once considered unstoppable. Shaq would also bring a leadership presence on and off the court, commanding respect from teammates and opponents alike. So, what's the final verdict? Prime Shaquille O'Neal, in today's NBA, would still be the most dominant force on the court. While he might struggle a bit with perimeter defense and free throw shooting, his overwhelming size, strength, and skill would overpower nearly every opponent. The modern game's faster pace and increased spacing would actually play to his advantage, opening up opportunities for him to operate one-on-one in the post like never before. Shaq's presence alone would change how teams strategize defensively, forcing adjustments that benefit his whole team. At the end of the day, Shaq was a generational talent, a player whose impact transcended statistics. His charisma, competitiveness, and sheer physical dominance make him one of the greatest players the game has ever seen. Stick around for the next episode where we break down the GOAT, Michael Jordan, and explore how he'd dominate the NBA today. You don't want to miss it.